Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Osme, but we got my brother from another mother, but we got the same, excuse me, but we got the same father here with us this morning, Toussaint. Good morning, sir. How you doing this
Man, I thought that was for when it first come on. I thought that was Charlie Brown teacher.
morning? Why, what happened?
Said, doggone, he talking kind of fast this morning.
Man, look, I'm trying to catch up, man. I'm gonna tell you something. And
You know why?
why is that?
You're late.
Can I tell you why I'm late on air, or should I wait till after
No,
after?
no, 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 no. Don't, no. Everything, all news ain't good news.
I can tell you. I can tell you exactly where your video at, man.
I'm trying to put this thing on my arm, man, so I can function.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but there's a reason. It was. It
Okay.
was. Watch this, and I can tell you, it was not intentional. It was not intentional at all.
Oh, okay.
It was not intentional, and it was not by design. I've been up there since about 5 something this morning, so it certainly was not by design. And
Okay.
I'm gonna let your mind work it, but I tell you after after we get off air, I'll tell you exactly what it is, man, and what the
Okay.
reason
Don't do like my daddy told me when I ran out of gas.
was that.
Don't never go to bed with an empty tank.
Mm, mm. It
Put your
wasn't
gas put your
look,
gas in your car before you go to bed. You never know when an emergency come up.
look at here. It was and this right here was totally opposite. It was not an empty tank. I was trying to empty the tank.
Now that might be too much information.
Hey,
Look, wait a minute. Let me get my video on. Let me get my video. Look, you be like. I think it must have been Forrest Gump.
uh,
He met. I think it must have been President Ford. He say, walk up to him. He say, I got to pay.
man, yes, Lord. Boy, look here. I had some Marco's pizza last night, man, and
Let it go, Raheem.
I told you I've been up here since about 5 this morning, brother. About 5 this
I
morning.
bet you was. I bet you was.
I tell you, I tell you, I tell you one thing. What I was doing at 5 this morning and this right here, you can't do both of them at the same time.
Look, I bet you got up quick.
Didn't waste no gas, didn't pass no gas, cause you ain't no telling.
Ooh,
Ooh.
Lord. Oh, we going deep this morning. Boy,
So, so yes, sir. I was late, but I was late for a reason. It was not intentional. It was not. It was nothing I wanted to happen, brother. Bad.
I'm gonna have to definitely call you after this show because because I got a joke for you.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been doing real good with 7 o'clock. Man, being here before it was not possible. Marco's pizza made sure it was not. Bad. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. It's a beautiful day, and it sounds like somebody had to deal with some liquid train this morning.
We ain't gonna go deep into this conversation now.
Hey, look here. I say it like this. I've been early the whole week, man. Been doing real good. Been proud of myself, man. But this morning, ate some Marco's pizza last night.
Sounds like too much grease.
It's too much of something.
I
Too
ain't gonna, I ain't gonna, I ain't gonna go too far in this conversation with y'all.
much. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So please, please, please excuse my tardiness today. Give me a. I should get an excuse for today.
Hey, Raheem,
Yes, sir.
Badger. They had this old man. They had this old man, one guy walking by. They walking by him, and they were looking at him how he was walking. And he was walking kind of funny. So they say, I bet you I know what's wrong with him. So one of them say he got rheumatism. No, he said no. And the other one says, I got to look that word up what it is. He said, no, I bet you he got the pies. No. So they made a wager, made about a $5 wager, you know. So they went, they went and asked him. So one of them say he walked up to him and say, "Hey man, me and my partner got a bet." He says, "I bet that you had rheumatism, and he bet you might have the pies." He say, both of y'all lost in line because I poop in my pants." I'm sorry. Let's change subject. Let's change the subject right here.
Yes, sir. I had to reset my screen there, man. Badger told me my screen wasn't looking right, so I had to reset
Yeah, I'm glad they missed this joke.
it.
Oh, they still heard everything.
Oh, they still heard it. You know, I didn't hear it, but they heard it. But I
Oh, you
heard
didn't hear. Well, okay. Well, you don't need to know, Raheem. Just, I'm just glad it didn't work out for you like that.
he said, I heard the part about the pooping. I heard that part now. I heard that part right because I wanted to hear that part before I went away. But no. Let me stop because is this thing about to go sour? This thing
Yeah, because I told you leave this conversation alone because you know you wouldn't tell us anyway.
oh, it's something you're gonna take to the grave with you, brother.
Take it to the
Something,
grave, Raheem.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
So let me ask you a question. What is to and this as simplistic as this sound is very I think it's still very complicated. But what is a door? What is a door? Is a door an entrance, an exit, or an opportunity? What does a door represent to you?
Depends on whether it's open or closed.
Mm,
Well,
wow.
no. Well. It's all above.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a entrance for definitely sure.
Mm-hmm.
It can be an opportunity. It's an exit. Um, but it can be also a barrier
Mm,
because if you don't have the key to the lock, I'm hoping that they got a door knob with a lock and a key.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've had some doors close in my face.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, I got some family doors
Mm,
that because they know me. You know, like Jesus had no honor in his own country, among his own kindreds. So he had a door
mhm.
per se.
Yes.
But you know what? He changed that whole thing around. And he says, I'm the door.
Yes. Come on.
Now that makes me think about a whole lot of things because if I need to get in or keep folks out, I just go to him
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Mm-hmm.
Because somewhere I've read that he opened doors that no man can
Yeah.
close and closed doors that no man can open.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
But doors, you know, um, hopefully it's a security,
Mm-hmm.
a door. You know, we got doors on our houses
Yeah.
that if you open them, it's kind of it can be dangerous.
Very.
Yeah, doors. Man, you got a subject this morning.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Badger, we
Yeah,
got Ryan with us as well. But Badger, I want to come to you, brother. What is a door? What is a door? Is it an entrance? Is it an exit? Is it an opportunity? Is it a bond? Is it a bondage? What is a door?
Man, what is a door? That might be on your side, Ron.
Come on back.
Um, let's say
As simple as it is,
a door.
as simple as it is, it's very complicated, isn't it?
Well, I didn't view it as simple at all.
Mm. Go ahead, brother.
The do- the doorway into the mind, a door to get into your house when you lock it or don't lock it. Um, the doors that are buildings, houses. A door is what you make of it. It's going to be your perception of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be open to interpretation. Is it a gateway or any of the things that you suggested? I guess it depends on if you're opening a door to come into a job. There's an opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or you see someone that's stuck on the side of the road, and your gut tells you to help them out. Maybe that's opening a doorway into your mind,
Mm-hmm.
or remind you or teach you a lesson you have forgotten. Um, I could go on a large list with
Mm-hmm.
this,
Mm-hmm.
so I'll just keep it kind of short. That kind of covers it. It's
Okay.
going to based on a person's perception of how they perceive what a door is, and it can be anything.
Mhm. Wow. Good. Good deal. Good deal. Ryan, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing well. Ryan, asking a question, and I want to hear your take on this, brother. What is a door? A door. Is it an entrance, exit, opportunity, uh, bondage? What is a door? And second part to the question, if five people are in a room and they look at that door, do all of them see something different? Now, physically, they will see the same thing, but do they see something different?
Now everybody sees something different because, like Badger said, a door is what you make it, or
Mm-hmm.
a door is what your perception of it is. A door can mean a great deal of many things.
Mm-hmm.
You got doors to your mind, doors to your soul, doors to enter and exit facilities. I mean, it's really context, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's good. That's good. Rico, good morning, young man. How you doing this morning?
Man, I can't complain, man. Out here enjoying another beautiful new day, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, now, how long you been out there? You been out there since about you just got out there, you've been out there for a minute.
I've been out here probably about 25 minutes,
Oh,
probably a little bit longer, 30 minutes. I'm up and up.
what have you seen so far?
What you mean? And the
Nature.
kids, children catching buses and, the normal people
Okay.
getting ready to move and getting ready to go to work. You know what I'm saying? The buses are, be honest with, I think all the buses are running now. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, same old thing. I'm just walking in a different place because they say it's supposed to rain and I don't want to get caught in it.
Got you. Got you. Let me ask you this question. As simple as it is, as simplistic as it is, it's yet at the same time very complicated. I think I could be totally wrong, but Rico, what is a door? Is a door an entrance, exit, opportunity, blockage, burden, or and like I said earlier, if you have X amount of people in the room and they look at the door, now physically they see the same thing when they look at that door, but do they all see something different?
They might see something different. It depends on what they're in there doing. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they might be in there doing something they don't want nobody to see. So all of them will be on board with who is that?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure we know who that is. Let's put everything up. We don't want them to see.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's all of the above. You know what I'm saying? It's a pathway to the unknown, or it's a pathway for the unknown to come through,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
good or bad.
Yeah.
It's also a way to block your path to the unknown or to not allow the unknown to come through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's
Wow.
one of them two things. You can either let it in or keep it out.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can walk through it or you can stay behind that door
Mm-hmm.
and not be, not be curious or, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna say motivated to find out what's on the other side. So it's a good, I say it's all the time. I say it's a pro and a con to everything. I think about Pandora's box.
Come on.
When you speak about opening that door, even when in your mind, if you say physically, you can let a person in that's going to harm you, or you might be walking into a situation that you think you know what's on the other side, but you don't know about all the other things on the other side of that door that's waiting behind. You just got this one thing you're concentrating on. So, I mean, I think about just how you can allow certain thoughts into your mind. How children can be introduced to certain things at such an early age, and that door has been opened to something that they weren't mature enough to understand, but they got to learn how to try to cope and relate to it the best way they can.
Yeah.
Maybe it's survival. Maybe it's suffering abuse. Maybe it's, watching parents do sexual things they shouldn't be doing, or being, corrupted by other people, molested. I mean, so many different things where you see people have opened up doors to things and situations that they shouldn't have been exposed to. I'm a firm believer that there are some things the body can experience, or we're supposed to experience as human beings. We can, but we shouldn't, because once you open that door, you start another addiction or a craving for that feeling, or that sensation. You'll have that craving. That's what the human body is weak for, sensation. And so once you start opening up certain, areas of your life and entertaining it, like with certain drugs, people they hit it and they can't get off of it. They hooked.
Yeah.
Because they open that door.
Wow, that's good.
They open up the door and let drugs into their life. And then on top of when they open up that door, they went into the drug life.
Yep. Found themselves trapped. So that door was like a symbol of captivity, basically. The doors it's amazing, man. It's amazing. Let me go to Cassandra. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, we're asking a question this morning. I want to hear your whole heart on this. And again, I'm gonna say it's a very simple question yet complicated. I think it could be very complex. But Cassandra, what is a door? What is a door? Is it an entrance, an exit, opportunity? Can it be a burden? What exactly is a door? And in the second part of the question, if you have, say, 5 or more people in a room, physically they look at that door, they'll see the same thing. But do they see the same thing when they look at that door?
I believe that it's all of the above. It can be all of the above. I know for myself, the door of opportunity. Several times I have missed great opportunities to do things because of fear, of the unknown.
Yeah.
And then I look back on it, I was like, oh man, that could have been something huge. And so when it comes to opportunities, I think most of us probably can say that during our life, there were times that we had the opportunity to do things and we missed it. Maybe it was a relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we missed that door of opportunity to build something. For a reason, out of selfishness, out of fear, whatever it was. And that's, I think that's the one that I focus on the most, because I'm always, thinking over and overthinking some things instead of moving, by faith, even,
Yeah.
even as Christians, we miss that.
Exactly.
So, I think the door of opportunity is the one that I look at the most out of the scenarios that you made.
Tucson, go a little deeper with me, brother. Let's talk about this door. Talk to me.
How can you ask a shallow person to be deep?
Ain't nothing shallow about you, brother.
Look at here. You know what I thought about? The Outer Limits. Y'all remember that? Cassandra, you remember that show?
I do.
a door to the unknown.
Yeah.
I know that. Maybe I was asking your older sister. I want you to ask your older sister.
Exactly.
You ever heard somebody say, "Don't you go out there"?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody says, "Don't you go out there," that door can be either protection, your arc of safety per se,
Mm-hmm.
or the worst point of your life. The same door.
Mm.
All you got to do is open it.
Yeah.
When somebody told you, "Don't you open that door,"
Mm-hmm.
it could be your last chance. Because somebody said the door of opportunity, some doors of opportunity only knock one time.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes some people I know I have, miss our opportunities by just not walking through a door that was ready available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then sometimes some people, they get an opportunity and wish they never would have opened that door.
Mm-hmm. Say it.
I mean, I'm going to go and I'm going to live my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get out of this house and I ain't never coming back. The prodigal son.
Yeah. Come on.
Remember him? He should never. I bet you at one point, he wished he never would have opened that door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because see now, with a pocket full of money, he didn't see the famine coming.
Mm.
He wasn't even worried about it. See, people don't worry about nothing. But what you gonna do when the lights go out?
Mm. Mm.
We don't the rainy day door.
Yeah.
The like of the doors that of hard times come.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even expect it, especially when we got it going on. Anybody had it going on in their life?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tucson, let me ask you this, and I love where you're going with it, but that knock at the door, what can that represent? Could that represent fear? Yeah. Go ahead.
That's a quiet knock.
Mm-hmm.
Suspicious. Or there's the police.
Yeah, that's the police there now. That's the police knock right there, brother. That's the yeah, I heard that knock before. That's the police. Don't
that one right there. Ryan, that door right there is the door of incarceration.
Yeah. Don't open that door. Leave that door closed. As a matter of fact, lock it.
Lock it.
Yes, sir.
Door, man, this is pretty good. But I don't know how long this subject gonna be. We're gonna be able to expand this because it's so broad.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes broad subjects they don't last long.
Yeah. And like
because it's so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot tied into it. There's a lot tied into it. Exactly. Rico, we got a couple people on the phone line. We're going to go to the phone line right after you. But Rico, talk to me, man. That knock at the door. What can that represent?
What can it say that in that end part?
What can that knock at the door? What can it represent?
Oh, opportunity. I mean, Cassandra said it. I ain't gonna stick on this long because all I'll do is be beating a dead horse, and I know people don't want to hear the same thing that's already been said, but just plain and simple opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And that opportunity could be good or it could be bad. It could be beneficial, or it could be detrimental. Who knows? But opportunity is what it is.
What if there's a assault going on in the household, and at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning you hear a knock at the door? That I don't think that would. Go ahead. I know you're about to go. Go ahead. That's good. You about to hit something.
That would be an opportunity for me to help somebody,
mm-hmm.
to make a situation better. It might be an opportunity for me to get involved in a situation that I wasn't expecting, and now all of a sudden I'm the victim.
Mm-hmm.
That's why sometimes people say, mind the business that pays you. That's that crazy mindset that human beings have now. Mind the business that pays you, and you don't have to worry about nothing. Worry about your business. So now you don't answer that door and somebody out there suffering, but you know, that's an opportunity that you may be beneficial to somebody. You may, actually help somebody out of a very bad situation. Or you might be opening the door for a situation that was going on and get worse for you. I had a friend, well, she might call in later on, had a situation went on, where a man saw a woman going through a very bad situation. And he wanted to help her. He wanted to step in and be the knight in shining armor. That's what a man is supposed to do, step up and protect a woman. But the thing was this woman wasn't his wife. And his wife knew that this woman wasn't his wife. So she had a problem with it. You don't get in their business. I'm your wife. That ain't your wife. Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop, whoop. Then this thing, they read the newspaper the next couple of days, the woman was dead. The guy killed her. He could have saved her. Now he's dealing with it. He's been dealing with it. His conscience has been bothering him because he could have saved this woman, and he wanted to save this woman, but he wanted to make his wife happy by not disrespecting her by going and getting in another woman's business or saving another woman. And I'm your wife. So I know his conscience is killing him, but I wonder about her conscience.
Yeah.
Is it bothering her to know that she was the one that kept her husband from getting involved? She might justify it by saying, well, you don't know, he could have killed you too. And she might be telling the truth. That's the part about it. But deep down inside, I'm pretty sure that man still is feeling bad. Well, she doesn't probably feel so bad. If that's the stance that she's taking. I mean, from the very beginning, she was like, you don't go in there, get in that business. I'm your wife.
Wow. And see, that door represents another thing that door represents. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
I was sitting here and I was thinking about the people that don't know or have chosen to put those line of locks on certain doors out of content, being content in their situation or choosing to stay in a certain situation. And then those that it was an obstacle until they were finally able to kick it down to get to the other side, because maybe they could see the light underneath the door crack. It's a really good metaphor and a good word to use to express or explain different scenarios and situations, or what something could or couldn't be. And also a tool to say sometimes, you might want to close the door here and not there. So I was just sitting here thinking, how many people open up a door for personal gain and not for spiritual growth?
That's good. Let me go to Leonard. Leonard, good morning. So we got quite a few people on the phone line. Going to go to the phone line and touch each and every one of you, man. And the phone lines are open. If you want to be a part of the conversation, please give us a call at 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Give us a call. Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Good deal. Good to have you, brother. Asking a question, and simple question, complex at the same time. Leonard, what is a door? What is a door? Is it entrance, exit, opportunity, a horror? What is a door? And second part of the question is, if there's 5 or more people in the room, and physically, certainly, if they physically look at the door, they're gonna see the same thing. But do they actually see the same thing when they look at that door?
To me, it's just discovery.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Sometimes a door is a safety mechanism. It could be anything. It could be whatever you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it
But is it
to
some?
me,
Is it sometimes what you don't want it to be?
it could be anything.
Okay. Okay.
It could be anything if you look at it. Whatever it is, you're gonna discover whatever it is if you open the door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you deal with it then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into I'm not that far ahead when it comes to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a person to contemplate when it comes to things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I go see what's going on. If I'm interested, I go through the door. If not, I don't.
See, Leonard,
But I know that some people can't help themselves.
In a scary mood, Leonard, you might be the one to get killed going trying to explore something. Now, you might be the one to open that door and get killed. Go ahead, brother.
Like I said, whatever happens,
yeah,
whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take nothing for granted,
mm-hmm.
and I don't try to make things something that they're not. I just let them be.
Can a door represent regret?
It could, especially if it's behind you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people, bring most of the trauma that they have. They hold it on to it.
Mm-hmm.
Close their door.
Wow.
Ain't nothing you can change from your past.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Not one thing you can change about your past.
Leonard, is it in some situations, some circumstances, is it really that easy just to close the door? Is it really that simple?
Well, that's up to you. I can turn off anything.
Okay.
I mean, I can walk away from anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm built that way. I'm prepared that way.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and especially something that ain't helping me. If it ain't helping me, I leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 5-0.
I don't that's why, with people dealing with addiction, I don't care what you say. I don't care how you make up excuse for it. The best thing to do, leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. Again,
that's the answer to your question.
Yeah,
leave it alone.
And again, I have to say, man, sometimes in some situations, we would want it to be that easy and that simple, but sometimes, man, in some circumstances, it's not that easy. It is, and I wish it was. I wish it was. I wish it was. Huh?
My mother used to even say, if you keep returning to that same vomit, it's something about that vomit you like.
Well, there's some truth in that, because I'm not gonna say that the person don't like it, but it's just not healthy for them. And sometimes,
exactly.
even what you like, you have to walk away from. But let me go to
exactly.
Captain. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Raheem, and the Morning Glow family.
Hey, good to have you, brother. Good to have you. Asking a question, and like I said earlier, it's a simple question, but it's kind of complicated at the same time. But what is a door? What is a door? Is it an entrance, exit, opportunity, fear? And if 4 or 5 more people are in a room, physically they look at the door, naturally they're gonna see the same thing. But do they really see the same thing when they look at that door? What do you say to that, Captain?
Well, Raheem, you answered the question. You get everything about what the door represented, took away anything I may add to it. I mean, everybody said the same thing. The only
see
thing I can't answer.
Yeah, what I want you to do is expound on a little bit.
I mean, as I heard Tucson, you want the shadow guy to go deep, man. I mean,
man, ain't
me this morning. I like the fact that you think I can do. I mean, I appreciate you, man. You're the Cap Deacon. Add more to it, but I hate to disappoint you this morning, right? I can't add no more to it. The only thing I can add to what you said was the last, everybody in the room and everybody looking at the door. Most people see difficulty in opportunity, but some people see opportunity in difficulty. So the one person they look at the door, that's difficulty, man. And another man gets to knock at the door. One guy get a knock at the door, he looking, oh, snap, on the other side of the door, difficult. I ain't opening. Then another man looked at that, he's, oh man, that ain't difficult. That's opportunity dressed up in difficult clothes. come on in, opportunity. So it all depends on where you at in your life. You know, how you see things. You know, Jesus said, I am the door. Well, door means way. You want to get to a certain way, you got to come through this door.
Yeah.
All right? But also, doors, I heard Brother Leonard, he was making saying, you know, some things he want to look into what we call that curiosity. You know, when I was a kid, man, and my mother would hide the Christmas toys back in the day. You know, there's only two places you can hide the toys in the house with 8 kids in there. We know every inch of that house. So where you gonna hide? But then when she say, don't go in that door, y'all. But don't tell me don't go in that door. I'm not a kid. You telling me to go in the door. Because why? I'm curious. Curiosity killed a cat, but he opened up that door, that satisfaction brought him back.
Yes, sir.
So I want to know, why are you telling me not to go in that door? Now I got to go in that door. And it could be something that's detrimental to me. Or as my mother called me one time, me and my brothers and sisters, we in there opening up the package, we playing with the door. but the bottom line is, you know, it can represent so many things. So, I mean, that's all I can say. That's what's on my heart, right?
Good deal, good deal. Toya with a T, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, knock, knock, knock.
Uh-oh, there go that door. What does it represent, Toya? Talk to me. What does the door represent? Interest, exit, opportunity, horror, fear. What does the door represent?
It depends on where you at. A horror house got doors too. It doors everywhere. It doors that don't even attach to nothing. You open up that door and go through it, baby. I'm gonna give you what you want.
Come on.
So it just depends on what angle you coming from when we talking about a door. You know, people always want to put things in a literal sense, sometimes like we do the Bible. But no, it's a bunch of doors you can open up, you know, being rude, getting somebody, you know, to do something that you want them to do. Doors aren't only physical doors, but it depends. It can be an opportunity. It could be all of what you said, right? Or you can make new creations with doors. You know, oh, I never thought about a door like that. But not only that, you know, we play games with doors. What's behind door number 1?
Yeah.
You're going to pick door number 1, 2, or 3. And the other one, the last door you pick might be the walk.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how life goes, right? We got doors. We got doors that are meant to knock down. We got doors that are meant to stay shut. It just depends, right? We got doors that's narrow. And everybody in the room might not fit through the door. Just saying. Especially if you're 1,100 pounds. What door you fit through? You know what I mean? So I think it really depends. You know what I'm saying? Depends on what angle you're coming from. Depends on what you're going on. It depends on what industry you are in. Because if you're looking for a door to the drug world, you may find it. If you're looking for a door to the prostitution world, pimp world, you may find it. It's a multitude of doors. I'm thinking about the Matrix right now, about how the Matrix was set up and designed. There was a multitude of doors, and every time Neo went through a new door, it was like a new destiny or a new world. You know what I mean? So I really think it's where you are, and what's the position when it comes to doors, and if they're being open or closed. And you mess around. That's why I say you need to have God in your life. You mess around. And you peek your head out that wrong door, and the devil will clip it right on off.
Wow.
Because you didn't make sure you had some protection on that door. Did you put the red on the door? Because we got some symbolisms with doors and things. And if you're not listening to who's knocking, if you're not listening and got somebody that's going to make sure that they got your back or cover you like Jesus, that means when things start to come, if you ain't got your door right, let me tell you what's going to happen. Y'all know the story.
Yeah. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. We're asking a question this morning, and we're not gonna stay here too much longer, but we're asking a question this morning. What is a door, and what does a door represent? It can mean so many different things to so many different people, depending on where you are, who you are, and what you're going through in your life at that particular time. The door could mean one thing to you one day, And then your situation and circumstances could change, and it could mean something totally different. We talked about opportunity. If an individual has never had the opportunity to be successful in life, and then and they struggled, and then all of a sudden one day they get that knock of opportunity on their door, and they open the door, it could change their whole existence. It could change their whole existence. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Tucson, the mute button is right there. There you
Yeah, yeah. Chance.
go. Hmm.
Um, I still how many doors of opportunity from when we were having a ball, we thought we was missing chances.
Hmm.
We was the doors was being, but you know what I thought about? I'm so glad that they had somebody praying for me,
Come on, come on.
because I sure enough wasn't praying for me.
Hmm.
I was going through some doors of destruction.
Wow. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me, Tucson.
I'm telling you, man.
Hmm.
Getting, I don't know, Cap. I was getting tore up from the flow up,
Hmm.
and I wasn't sharing.
Hmm.
I wish I would be talking about puff puff pass. Man, no.
Yeah, yeah.
That's door too, because some people shared and now they not no longer with us because they were spreading germs,
Hmm.
disease.
Yeah.
You know, that late night hour, quick fix.
Hmm.
Man, I'll be down there in a minute. And that knock on the door.
Hmm.
And, I remember when my brother he was a good athlete, but that boy could fight. We'd tell somebody did something, he'd go to their house,
Mm. Wow.
knock the door down.
Hmm.
And one day, a knock on our door came where somebody invited him to go out with him. And he came back and he was never the same.
Wow. Wow.
That one knock at the door caused
Change.
him to go sit down at the bar and somebody slipped him a Mickey
Wow. Changed his whole life.
whole life.
Mm.
Um, Sometimes that's a good knock, and sometimes it's a suspicious knock. You ever heard of suspicious knock?
You got to explain that one to me, brother.
You kind of like the one that you just did.
Hmm. Yeah.
Can you hear that?
I heard it. Yes. Yes.
The knock on the window. That's a door too. The window.
Hmm.
Oh Lord, now you got to leave out. You come in the window and you got to
Hmm.
run out the window.
Yeah.
Wrong door. You didn't went in the
Creep, creep,
wrong.
creep, creep, creep,
Lord have
creep.
mercy.
That sounds like some creeping action right there, brother. That sounds like some
It
creep.
ain't good. It ain't good.
No.
But man, sometimes you got subjects that's so broad, it kind of gets to a quick end.
Hmm. Yeah.
But in all, you look at. I tell you what. Familiar doors don't get open
Hmm.
because I don't. Go
Mm.
ahead.
You say familiar doors don't get open,
Right.
and that's your opinion. Like I said, I'm not here to give anybody their opinion. They have their
Yeah.
own. But my thing is this right here. I think familiar door will get open more than unfamiliar doors because people are comfortable with walking through those familiar doors. People are comfortable sometimes where they are, even though
Well,
they know it's not where they need to be, but that's where they are. And so they find a certain level of comfort there. They don't have to worry about anything because they know what's going to happen. When they walk through that door, they know it's going to be this. They know it's going to be that. There's no surprises.
it's
And
gonna
so,
be repetitious though.
very, very,
Here's
absolutely.
what I mean by that.
Hmm.
I don't fool with people that know me too much
Yeah.
because they know me too much to give me an opportunity.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, I know you. I know where you come from. Like Jesus
Yeah.
wasn't honored among his own kindreds. I don't worry about people around me. I don't even worry about them.
Mm-hmm.
I go out.
Yeah.
Not saying that I got anything to hide or I'm trying to manipulate somebody outside of the ones that know me. But even the ones that know me, they call me up,
Mm-hmm.
but they want free advice, free service.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to get a work on cars, and I fixed the car, and they say, "Oh, thank you."
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me put my face. Let me get my face on the camera so I can. They say, "Oh, thank you." Now I've been working on this car all day long.
Mm-hmm. Dedicated
All oil,
dedicated all
all
your
that.
time. Yeah. Dedicated all your time.
Yeah. And then they say, "Oh, I had money for the part, but I didn't have no money for the labor."
Mm.
I should have never opened that one.
Mm-hmm.
Kinfolk,
Yeah. Yeah.
familiar doors.
Mm-hmm.
How many kinfolks? Maybe you do. On the line. How many kinfolks support you?
Mm-hmm.
How many you know ride or die friends that you
Mm-hmm.
know that you say, okay, man, I can depend on that dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Knock on their door in the midnight hour. You'll see.
Mm-hmm. Or call that phone. Don't get no answer.
Call him. Call ID. I know him. I ain't. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. 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 I don't knock on crack doors.
You almost said something there, didn't
I don't know. I thought it might.
you? You almost said something there, brother.
Well, I definitely don't walk on the one that you thought I was going to say.
You open up no back doors.
you almost said
That's another one, but Cap. Lord have mercy. That can be detrimental to your health.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me go. Let me go to Cassandra. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Um, you know, I was thinking. I'm talking now from a physical door.
Okay.
I I remember my ex-husband who's dead now. Uh, he was somewhere doing drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was at home, and the Holy Spirit told me to go to this particular house, and I was
Wow.
like, "What? My husband's out of town. Why am I going to this house?"
Mm-hmm.
And when I pulled into the parking lot, I saw his car, and I was like, "Wait a minute," you know. So I go upstairs and I do the police knock, bang, bang,
Mm-hmm.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
And the person opened the door. It was a friend of his, and both of them used to get high. I'm talking crack high.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I literally pushed this big old guy out of the way because both of them were big guys. And I was like, you know, where is he? Where is he? And he was in the bathroom. So I
Mm-hmm.
go to the door. I'm banging on the door, and I was about to kick the guy's door in. I mean, big guy, and he's standing there looking at me because he high and
Yeah.
stupid,
Yeah.
just like my ex-husband. And so I banged on the door. I said, listen, man, I'm gonna give you 10 seconds to come out of here. I'm about to call the police. All y'all going to jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing a countdown, right? And finally he cracked the door, and I just like kicked the door open and, you know, went in and grabbed him up like he was a kid,
Mm.
you know, and I'm pulling him out of doors. My husband was 6'4". I'm pulling him out of doors like he's some kid, you know, and like, boy, you getting the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
H out of here because you're not gonna die on my watch.
Mm-hmm.
And that door, that was a physical door, but it was a door that could have been his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
could have been his life because he had a heart condition. They told him if he didn't stop, you know, doing drugs, he was going to die. And so sometimes, you know, I've had to kick doors in, but it meant the life
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
somebody, you know. And I've had several times physical doors were in my way, but I was determined to save somebody's life. And I went in like a gangbuster, like superwoman or something and scared half to death. But you know, sometimes we have to stand up to things and kick in doors. There's some opportunities that will not just open up to you. You got to go in like a gangbuster.
Exactly.
To make that thing happen. So, you know, I just thought about that. That ran across my mind that there have been physical doors that I've had to, you know, crash in, you know, to save people.
That's good. And Cassandra, you shared a story with us one time before about somebody that knocked on your door, where you had somebody there because you know you're a domestic violence, you fight against domestic violence, and there was a young lady that was in your house, and the guy came to your door, and you had to, you know, and you pretend like you had a gun or something, but
I had to fake it because I sure couldn't make it because I ain't had no gun. You know, I didn't keep a gun in the house. But I sure made him think I had a gun, and I was talking buku trash. Like, and if you don't come down my steps, I'm gonna drop you away. I ain't had a thing in that drawer. I had my hand on the drawer door, like I had something in the little thing. But you know, I had to do that to protect that girl's life. You know, and it was, you know, it was all smoke and mirrors, but it worked. You know, I got him to come down my steps and go out of my house so I could call the police. But yeah, you know, life sometimes presents us with things, doors that, you know, doors that we need to close and doors that we need to open.
Exactly.
And it's our decision, you know, and what we do with it.
And the reason, Cassandra, why I wanted to bring that story to the forefront is because that knock at the door meant something totally different to you than it meant to her.
Yeah.
It meant something totally different. It's a knock at the door. But the sound of that knock and knowing that somebody was on the other side of that door and pretty much knowing who it was, because I'm sure it was an aggressive type knock.
Yeah.
That meant something different to the both of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good deal.
But we do what we got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Toya with a T, talk to me, sis.
Yeah, we still on doors?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I'm with Cassandra. Knock them down, kick them down, break them down, bust them down. You know, that's how we knew Jesus wasn't there no more. The door was moved out the way. You got to be careful what's hiding behind some doors and what can get out too, man. Let me tell you something. After Easter, everybody, you ain't laying down no more. We putting you in a box. We're going to make sure you don't get up sticking all kind of stuff on you. Because last time we opened up the door and somebody was there, he went down. He had risen.
Yeah.
So doors, again, very significant. There's something getting in and something getting out. Something that's not going to be able to be in its own space, potentially. Or it can open up to the other side and have nothing but space and opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It depends on how you look at it. You know, mindset is everything. Mindset is everything. You know, oftentimes when my folk, my people, black folk, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm like, listen, stop. We done built America, talk about it all the time. Now I'm talking about what we can't do and what we ain't got to do it. We ain't never had nothing to do it. You need to take a window, make a door. How about that? Make one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we think about the meaning of a door and how versatile it can be between or from any different position or industry. Okay, if it ain't a door, make one. You know what I mean? This is the optimistic mindset that some people have to be able to get around the obstacle of a door. It can be a horror door, but you know what? People get out alive in horror movies.
Wow.
A mom get killed, but people do get out alive, and we don't even look at the symbolism of these horror movies, right? We're gonna talk about Jason real quick, right?
Okay.
When two young people open up the door think about it, they normally get ready to have sex. Premarital sex. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're normally out somewhere in the woods at camp getting ready to commit some sins, and here comes Jason. You didn't open up that door, a sin, and everything that comes with it. And if it just so happened that kind of energy creates a mass murderer when it comes out of the woods to get you, then you need to think about who opened up that door.
Come on.
You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And opportunities are not always positive ones, right? But I also remember watching Jason one time when he came through the door and the little 8-year-old boy, he laying there, he got the cover over his head, tattering. And he didn't even bother him. And I assumed it was because the boy wasn't, I don't know, I'm just thinking about it deep at the time. The boy wasn't doing that. He was a young boy, free of sin. Like, I pay attention to these things like this. He was a young boy, free of sin, and Jason didn't even bother him. But the two hot tail fuck that's finna what? They dead. They dead. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't know what the next trip may lead you. The next concert, that's the door. You didn't even know that door was open when you went to that concert and it got shot up. When you went to the mall and it got shot up. It could have been potentially somebody was telling you, hey, don't go today. Something could have kept coming up to let you know, that's the wrong door you about to go through. Maybe you need to stay right here.
Yeah.
Things could be happening. The electricity might be off. Things could be happening, and you steady trying to rush to get through this door, and you don't even know where it really goes. You think you know. You thought it said prize number 1, but that was the walk because something kept trying to hold you up. Something, every line you went in, people took longer. The slow person was driving in front of you. The bird came, landed dead in the smack of the window of the car, and you still didn't get it because the door you getting ready to go through might be the last time you go through anything. But we don't pay attention to it like that. It depends on mindset, right? And again, I think this is a training. Leonard made a comment earlier about he was created or he was prepared for something. There's a certain kind of training that you need that I think parents should be required to give to their kids to be able to allow them how to recognize different doors, how to even comprehend what we're talking about.
Yeah.
In this conversation right now, it's not all about a wooden door that you open. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We have to teach and prepare each other for that, and under that, even understand what's that door and do I want to go through it or not, and am I going to be prepared if I get to the other side?
And Toya, you hit a home run exactly where I wanted to go with this conversation, because what we're talking about right now, excuse me, it has nothing to do with a physical door. It has nothing to do with a physical door. It's much more complicated than that. And if we keep ourselves in a place where we're just talking about a physical door and not talking about all the other elements that we're talking about, this could be a very short conversation. It'll be a 2-minute conversation if that long. Because everybody's gonna say the exact same thing, because everybody's coming from a physical standpoint. And this conversation right here was the way I wanted this conversation to go right here is much more deeper than just the physical aspect, just a layer of it. Let's dig deep into this thing and talk about it. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
So you want to dig deep into this thing. I had a certain couple of places that I could go with this, I wasn't going to even address this part of it, but when she said that about Jason, I thought about some real life Jason.
Yeah.
I thought about Michelle Blair, that woman that killed her 2 children and put them in the freezer and then had her other children walking by that freezer every day. Them children needed somebody to come and open that door a long time ago to save them.
Yes, sir.
The thing is, and another little boy named Chase Allen. Both of these happened in Detroit. Chase Allen, 3 years old. Found him last summer. Same thing, found in the deep freezer. Somebody finally opened the door to save the other 5 children, but they didn't open the door soon enough to save that 3-year-old child.
Yeah. Wow.
They needed somebody to knock on that door bad. And a few times people did knock on the door. And the mama lied and deceived them, fooled them. Old Jason it. But I think about the reason why you open the door. See, this is where discernment come in. What motivates you to open the door? Is it because somebody needs to be saved? Is it because something doesn't look right and you need to check on somebody's well-being? I call down to Florida and get a wellness check done on my son anyway. Go knock on that woman door. I ain't heard from my boy.
Good deal.
Somebody called me and asked me, had I heard from him? Something don't sound right. Knock on that winch door. Oh, you say he missing and she didn't tell me? Knock on another door. He might need saving. Why are you knocking on the door? What's your reason? Are you knocking on the door because you see an opportunity? I think there's a reason why we preach to about indulgence and temptation. Some people see the opportunity for money and they'll say, well, you know what? I sort of know it's on the other side of that door. it's cracked. But the unknown is when am I gonna get busted? Am I gonna get robbed? Am I gonna survive? Ooh, it's a whole lot of downfall that could come with this. But ooh, man, I see that opportunity. I don't know what is gonna happen, but the opportunity to make some money makes me think this might be acceptable. Even to sell some tail, the opportunity to make some money makes this acceptable. Now the unknown is that somebody might not want to pay me, and I have to go and get my money from one of these big bulky men. Oh, maybe I need a pimp. See, I'm gonna go in a crazy direction right now, man. You know, first I'm gonna ask anybody, have y'all seen this video of this man named Mark Taylor, this white physical trainer, personal trainer that had like 96% black clients, but then making these videos talking about hanging niggas?
Yeah, he got about 3 videos out there circulating right now. Yeah, I've seen all 3 of them.
Yeah, yeah. Pimping. We pimped ourselves after him because a lot of black people said, you know what? The opportunity to kick the door in for my son to go to the NFL is so right there. I think I'll open this door up and I'll go talk to Mark Taylor because he knows some people. He knows all the coaches. He got the inside track, and I want to take advantage of his opportunity. So I'm going to open this door up for this man to help my son get to the NFL, and at the same time expose my son to him and open up my door for him to come and deal with me. Now look at the videos he made. We pimp ourselves out.
This dude
all the time.
On one of the videos,
open up them doors to get to that NFL.
On one of the videos,
trying to get somewhere.
Exactly. On one of the videos, he's talking about sending 2 women up there, a white one and a light skinned one, and say, no, what's name's not here right now. If he was here, he would do what he gonna do with her and probably throw out the 14 full of wonder when he's done. I was like, whoa, man. Then one,
roll.
Then one, he's talking about
he gonna throw him out the window.
Exactly.
I mean, Roe gonna throw him out the window.
Yeah.
But the thing is think about the 96% of his clientele. Was probably some people that not only had sons, they were taking him to they probably were taking trains to get their daughters to get these speed training, agility training, paying him, making him successful, just to give your child an opportunity. And we didn't realize we was opening the door and pimping our children out to somebody that really felt that way about them. But you know, when I was younger, I always heard that pimps were chosen, and I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it was something about being that curiosity and that unknown. And I met some women one day. I didn't meet them personally. My friend met them. Brought them back to us. They were some strippers. But they had bigger ambitions. They wanted to open up bigger doors. I didn't know these women from the man in the moon. And in the process of them doing what they were doing, they measured out the room and analyzed it and saw all these men. And all of a sudden came to me after about 2 hours, pulled me to the side. Can we talk to you for a second? Yeah, what's up? We want some management. We talking about going into business. I'm thinking to myself, well, y'all trying to do some music? No, we trying to up it. Stripping ain't enough. I said, wow. So what y'all saying, y'all want somebody to manage y'all real business. Y'all trying to do some sex activity. Yeah. And my mind went crazy. I'm like, it's real. Can I do this? I wonder if I can do this. They said pimps are chosen, and these women just chose me. This has never crossed my mind. I never want to do this, but I wonder if I can do it. Because they said some money in it.
You were standing at that door.
I saw the opportunity.
You were standing at that door.
And I took it.
Yep. You're standing at that door.
The unknown was calling me. The curiosity of if I could pull it off. And then also the benefit and the reward of some money being on the end. All those things motivated me to say, you know what, let me do something like this. Even though it ain't right, I've made it acceptable because I found reasons to motivate me to open up that door to see not only if it's true that pimps are chosen, but if I could really pimp and get some money out their tail.
Wow.
I opened up that door. You get what I'm saying? And now you see people doing it themselves.
Wow. Let's keep this thing going. Phone lines open. TikTok, good to have you with us. We got a lot of people. Actually, we got almost pushing up on 2,000 people on TikTok watching this morning. Thank you. I definitely appreciate it. You could be a part of the conversation. Give us a call, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. TikTok, you're definitely invited to call in, as is everybody. If you listen to the broadcast, you want to be a part of the broadcast, you have an input. We're talking about the door. What is a door? What is the door? Opportunity, entrance, exit. What exactly does the door represent? Captain, talk to me. Ryan, coming to you next.
I don't know what to say, my friend. I think if at least I know, to me, I'm exhausted with it.
Okay.
I can't add no to it. When you get ready to go to another subject,
Okay.
I'm gonna stand by.
Okay, good deal. Ryan, talk to me, brother. Ryan.
So mute button messing up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in my circumstance, there was a lot of doors that I had to do exactly that. Just sit and understand what was on the other side. For instance, my current job, that was a door of opportunity, but I had to go through some other things through another door to get here, and that other door wasn't it wasn't a good deal. I ended up with COVID, lost 2 jobs in the process, and then instead of just jumping through the next door, I sat and waited. And by waiting, it blessed me with the position that I'm in. So that discernment for sitting there to wait and be patient and be in that stillness created a blessing for me to walk when I walked through that door.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Leonard.
I'm just listening. There are some things that people have issues with that I particularly don't have those issues because wickedness does not shock me. Wow. I've always known about the evil in the world. So, when I run into people that are doing things or hear sick things, it's because this place is a sick place. And one, I don't never, it's like, say, for instance, people need to be a lot more careful and cautious. And everything that looks good and tastes good and all this may not be good for you. I had to try to think of a way to put it in a better word for morality's sake. And a actual script, obedience is better than sacrifice. Make yourself obedient to those things that are good for you. But if you take that, if you know something is wrong, and you see other people have gone down that path, that ain't nobody's fault but yours. No one's fault but yours. We do not get to hold hands in judgment. So that's the way we have to think. Is this what's best for me? If you're not thinking that way each and every day, you need to get some help.
Wow.
You really need to get some help. If it's just there is something about some people's wickedness thrills them. It don't take much to get somebody to do wrong. It really don't. So when I see people get in a certain situation, I'm not shocked because I've seen them going that way. That's what a good parent does or a good friend does. They warn you. The Spirit of God, if you have accepted Him, will warn you. Now, whatever you do, that's your business. Because God's not going to even make you do nothing. But He wants to see what you do. If you're going to disobey my word, you deserve what you get. Half the stuff we can cut out of our lives if we just go the other way. If we just commit to the righteousness of living, trust me, you're going to fall down a lot. But you should at least have enough sense to get back up and get back on the right path.
That's good. That's good. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd definitely love to have your input. Badger, talk to me, brother.
I guess some view the door too heavy to even try to open.
Mm.
I'm enjoying the conversation. It's one of the few times we're all in agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice.
Good deal. Good deal.
I mean, it's yeah.
Mm-hmm. Toy with a T. I'm coming to you. If anybody else got anything after that, speak up at that particular time. We're gonna switch over to another conversation. But right now, Toy with a T, finish it up for us. Toya, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. No, man. No, I mean it just is what it is. You just have to be mindful. Every day you get up, there's new doors.
Mm-hmm.
New doors to be created, new doors to be respected, new doors to be open, and new doors to be closed. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think the difference in life for me is just making sure you got God on your side to be able to tell you, he's the doorkeeper. Again, I keep thinking about the Matrix,
Mm-hmm.
how prevalent it was to what we go through. How many doors new doors open, technology, right? Doors closed, landlines. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just you gotta have the creator of all doors.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he'll make sure you got the keys. You know what I'm saying? He'll make sure you know which ones to go through. You know what I mean? Regardless of what. You know what I'm saying? But just know every day, new doors, create them, you open them, you shut them, make the best of it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I got some feedback coming from somebody line. Everybody mute your lines who don't have that feedback. And there you go. Tucson, you there?
I was trying to find that mute button, man.
Good deal. Individual come to you, Tucson, and you know the struggles that they've been through in this thing called life. And you know where they are right now. There's really not a good place. But they look you directly in your eyes and they say, I know I'm going through something, but I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. Is that a good thing, bad thing, or are they really setting themselves up for failure? What do you say to that, Tucson?
Most successful people have failed.
Mm-hmm.
With that attitude, I will not be defeated.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I'm like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just now seeing some things happen, and I'm almost 60 years old.
Yes, sir.
But I will not quit. I will not give in. I feel like that always felt like that one day or sooner or later. If I keep on
Mm-hmm.
going, had some good days, some success, some failures, a few of them. But long as I got something working for me, I'm gonna work with that one thing. And I'm gonna keep it
Mm-hmm.
moving. And let because if you just say, well, I'm gonna just close the door and not come back in,
Mm-hmm.
come go back out, then that's a defeat all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always a chance. There's always not. I don't care what hole you come out of. If you have an attitude that you won't be defeated, I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure. And I'm just using him for example because he came to mind. I'm not a fan of his. Bill Gates.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, look at T.D. Jakes.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't he sleeping in the car or something? He would had a hard
Yeah.
time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm not trying to promote nobody,
Mm-hmm.
but what's the difference between him and me?
Yeah.
Opportunity. That door of opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Or sooner or later,
Mm-hmm.
you meet the right person at the right place at the right time through the right door, and there you go.
Yeah. That's good.
And
That's good.
that can be anybody,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So we have a look at Joseph. Y'all know the Joseph in the Bible. Here we go with that
Yeah.
Bible. Sure, it's a what you expect? It's a Christian broadcast.
Yes, sir.
So this guy is loved by his father. He winds up with coat of many colors that gets him in trouble everywhere he go. Causes his brothers to
Mm-hmm.
hate him. They put him in a pit, but that pit was that door.
Mm-hmm.
The worst place in his life catapulted him into his destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the brothers had a mind to come back and get him, but no, they sold him out to the Ishmaelites. Wind up in Egypt. But look at where he started at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who winds up at the palace from the pit?
Mm.
Who does that? Um, the three. I don't like to call them Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego or whoever, because that's the their slave name.
Mm-hmm.
Hananiah, Azariah, and Mishael,
Mm-hmm.
and Daniel. Not uh. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
that slipped me right there. But anyway, these boys here was the best of the best, but they made choices.
Mm-hmm.
They had an opportunity. They said, well, you know, you can eat from the king's table. No, I don't believe I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna eat me some salad
Yeah.
and eat me some water.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yes, sir.
So they made a choice. And sometimes you got to make a choice. I'm not American. I've lived here, I've been here all my life.
Mm-hmm.
But they have never, I believe that they have never accepted me as an American. So that's good for me. I don't act like them because Americans are crazy. We
Wow.
we are, and I say we because I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Selfish, mean, nasty, and arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
We the top dogs. But I saw many kingdoms fall by their own arrogance,
Yep.
and we next.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That
Exactly.
that door we knocking on by
Mm-hmm.
treating people bad, it's coming. Because you know
Mm-hmm.
what? You reap what you sow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I didn't want to go in that direction, but I'm just we since we talking about doors, and I got to admit I did like Toya this morning.
Mm-hmm. What's that?
Somewhere along the line when first got started, and now I took me a
Lord
nap.
Jesus. That's the and Leonard, that's your brother Toussaint there. That's your brother Toussaint. Ryan.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We think a lot alike.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ryan, I would not somebody come to you and you know the situation that they're in their life. It's not really a good situation. They're struggling. They're going through. And they look you deeply in your eyes and they say, Ryan, I will not be defeated. Is that a good, bad, or the situation, or are they setting themselves up for failure? What do you say? What do you say it is?
I say it's confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And so many times we look at things from the negative, and that's a good thing to look at, right? Sometimes can't be positive about everything, but when you have somebody who is convinced and determined to not fail, they want to succeed at what they're doing, and they're going to give it 100%,
Mm-hmm.
and they come and say that to you. To me, that's them looking for affirmation. They're reaching out to you, kind of like we were talking yesterday about lending the ear,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or maybe that was Tuesday or Tuesday night,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe they just want you to lend that ear for just a second so they can explain to you the situation that they've been struggling with again. But this time they're determined to succeed, and they're looking for you to just pat them on the back and give them just that little word of affirmation, which could sail them through that door to success. They tie in with the doors.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Cassandra, what do you say to that? That person looking, and you know the situation that they're going through. You know the struggles that they're having right now in their life. But they look you in your eyes, Cassandra, and they say, I would not be defeated. Cassandra, is that a good thing, bad thing, or are they setting themselves up for a deeper failure?
No, I believe it's a good thing because it says to me that they're determined to not let whatever it is defeat them. And how is that bad? I mean, unless they, doing something bad. But if they are is something positive and they are determined to make it through it, man, I am all in with you. What can I do, to help you would be my mentality. What can I do to help you get to that breakthrough, that thing that you're searching for? And I'm going to share this. I There's a young lady that is in that I'm dealing with that is in fourth stage cancer, right?
Wow.
And the doctors, are saying, hey, um, we don't know if what we're trying is going to work, and do you want to keep trying? And she was like, I'm going to live. So I'm going to do everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out all the stops, whatever options y'all have that we can try. I'm willing to do that. I'm all in with her. You understand what I'm saying? I'm praying God let this thing work because you know why lay we here till we die? If you can do something, and that's a scripture. For some lepers that were outside the city, and the city had been destroyed, and they were like, man, all of that food, all of that stuff that these people have left in that city, we need to go ahead and go on in there and see if we can get something, to help us survive. So, my thing is, you keep fighting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what anybody says because you don't know what God is going to do. So I'm all in for people fighting, no matter how difficult it looks.
Okay. Cassandra, throwing a little different angle at this thing. What if what if it's a person that's heavily on drugs and they said, I will not be defeated, but yet and still that when they leave you, they're going to get some more drugs. Do you look at it?
Man,
Is
I
that the same?
dealt with that.
Yeah.
Raheem, I dealt with that with my ex-husband. I dealt with that, and he was determined to get off of those drugs, and he kept slipping back, slipping back, slipping back. But the thing is, I don't have a problem standing and fighting with you if you want to get free of something. Don't ever give up. I don't care. I don't care if you deep into it. I don't care if you keep falling. Guess what? We fall down, but we get up. That's my motto. If you fall and you really want to beat this thing, you get back up. Okay, yeah, I slipped. I messed up.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep going.
That's good.
That's just it.
That's good. That's good. Rico, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
Trying to find give me a question again. I've been listening, but I was trying to really see what direction you're going in.
Well, a person that they're in a very bad situation, if you will. They're struggling right now. And they come to you and they look you deep in your eyes, Rico, and they say, I would not be defeated. I would not be defeated. And you sit there, now you have to reevaluate. Is that a good thing or bad thing? Or are they setting themselves up for a deeper failure? I told Cassandra, I added something to it. If the person is, that they're on drugs were bad, and they look you in your eyes and they say, I will not be defeated. But you know that when they leave you, they're going to get another hit. How do you handle that situation? What do you see in that?
I mean, I see at least they know that they want to, either they want to quit, they know they need to quit, and they might just be saying the right thing. But even if they say the right thing because it sounds good, at least they know. So, from that point forward, maybe this might be the day. Wow. Sometimes people do quit, but the thing is, I do know that it's going to be hard. It ain't going to be that easy. You can say it all day long, but it's, man, this flesh that we live in, man, you know what I'm saying? Once you open up that door that we talked about and decided that, hey, I think I want to try experience how that feels, that high. And they get that high, and it's better than sex. I say this all the time. There's really only one thing naturally that can make you feel better than drugs, and that's an orgasm. After that orgasm, it takes other things to make your brain reach that height of that sensation. And so, when you see these people out here hooked and doing drugs, believe me, some of them ain't doing it because they looking for the high no more. They're doing it now because their bodies need it. But then some are doing it because, they want that high. They want it again. They want to feel good. And in some of those cases, their lives are so bad, that's probably the best they ever felt. Just like that orgasm was the best that they ever felt. So, I mean, I know it ain't going to be that easy. I ain't going to sit back and, yeah, you just talking mess, but you going to, just talking loud, but you ain't saying nothing. I ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a motivator, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, say, just if I can't motivate them, I'll keep it to myself. One thing I ain't going to do is tell them that they lying.
Yeah. You ain't going to shoot them down.
You can go with them. You can go right out there and hit. Well, if I take that back, man, depending on who it is, you know what I'm saying, and how they coming with it. Because I don't have some cousins that, you know what I'm saying. Now, like if you're speaking about weed or something like that, maybe cigarettes or a bill, man, I'm done drinking today. Boy, you finna walk right out of here and pop the ball. And you got one head up on the seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes you might crack that joke, you know what I'm saying? Because, these people like to drink or they like to smoke or doing whatever they're doing. But, in some cases, you can tell when they're serious about it. When they're really saying, you know what, man, I'm ready to get out this situation, but I'm hooked. You ain't going to joke with them like that. Then you're going to tell them, you know what I'm saying? Well, look, man, hey, it ain't going to happen without you doing it. You just got to make the first step.
Yeah.
Just go another hour. Just, you know what I'm saying? And if they just telling you, but they don't want your opinion, then, I'm going to just keep quiet.
Yeah.
And let them do what they do. I heard what they said. Okay, so I see it when I believe it when I see it.
Exactly. That's good. Toya with a T, and we'll come to you next. Toya, talk to me. What do you do in that situation?
I mean, you always supposed to motivate a person, right? Even if you do the right same thing. Because we all know if it's right or wrong or not. Oftentimes, we just don't want to face it to ourselves that we're doing something wrong. No matter what it is, we want to pick and choose again. If it's weed, if it's cigarettes, if it's alcohol, if it's sex, we all got addictions. And we want to sit back and talk about the drug addict like we don't talk about how you cheat on your wife multiple times. You say you eat extra food, you going up on 400 pounds. You like that lie and gamble and cheat and steal and all these other things. You talking about me hitting this pipe over here and not bothering nobody. I mean, I'm just saying, you got flunks in the drug addicts too. So again, we want to pick and choose. But we know what we be doing, no matter what we do, So, in essence, I'm sorry, I'm throwing off right now. I'm doing something. I gotta get tired of it. Yeah, come back to me, right?
Okay, good deal. Well,
Raheem, good morning.
Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Raheem, I am awesome. Thank you.
Good deal.
Amen.
Amen. Well, we are asking the question. You dealing with a friend, and it's a friend of yours, and this individual has been struggling in a lot of different ways, and the struggle that they're going through. But they look at you in deep in your eyes, Willa, and they say, Willa, I will not be defeated. And say if they're dealing with drugs and stuff, that they struggle with drugs or alcohol, if you will, or whatever it is. That when they leave your sight, they go on and partake in what it is they say they're not going to be defeated in. What do you do in that situation? Are they, is that a good thing or bad thing, or are they just heading down a road of destruction? What do you say?
You know what, Raheem? You're talking about a very real situation that happens all the time.
Yes.
And it doesn't necessarily happen all the time with drugs. It could be with being a few in and they can't get away from them.
Wow.
It could be, a lot of things. And I said that because of the fact that you have to be very sensitive to what a person is going through and what they're saying. You can't be that one to say within your mind, oh, they're just talking and they're going to just do it again. Because they're coming to you because they're reaching out for help. So you got to give them something that they need that will sustain them that day. Because it's a fight every day that they're going through. See, I can't talk about and tell them, well, You just got to keep doing it every day. No, we got to deal with the situation right now. What's going to sustain you right now? So you know what I do, Raheem? I tell them, and I start ministering to them on how and be transparent. You have to be transparent about yourself because we're not perfect. We've all been through something. Something it may not have been as devastating as drugs or alcohol. It could have been a man. It could have been something else in my life. So how did it work for me? What worked for me? So I have to tell you got to find what works for you. We got the free will to make a choice every day in life. Do you want to get up, blah, blah, blah? Do you want to? So, and then you point them to resources and you point them to people that have been through the same thing that they've been through. People feel more comfortable with somebody who's been there where they have been. Because they'll say, well, you ain't been in my shoes. And that's why I can say all these real questions because that's what have been said to me. So, Raheem, when somebody is reaching out to you, don't just dismiss it and say, "Oh, that Negro, they gonna do it again." They just trying to get right. We can't be that person. We can't be that judger. We can't be that one to say that what they're gonna do the next minute. You can't be that person because sometimes we are. We are very judgmental because they messed up, did it the next day. They're fighting and they're trying to stop something in their life that's taking them into a place that gives them pain every day. Who wants to get up in a world of pain every day? That's why people take things to subside the pain. So yeah, Raheem, you are talking about a very real situation.
Wow.
And I just thank God that He allows me, uses me. He uses me. And I pray with Him all the time.
Absolutely.
So Raheem, right now, that's what I want to share. And that's what's on my heart.
Good deal. Good deal. Badger, talk to me, brother. Leonard, come to you next.
Can you ask the question again?
If Badger, you ain't been listening to us, are you?
No, I have been listening. I'm trying to figure out. I'm listening to people's responses, and I want to make sure I'm understanding your question.
Okay, fair enough. You got a friend, Badger, and they come to you. You know the struggles that they've been through in their life. You know the pains and the trials and tribulations that they have had. And say if it's drugs or whatever, alcohol, whatever it is, and they look you in your eyes, deep in your eyes, and they say, Badger, I will not be defeated. Is that a good thing or bad thing, or are they heading to a road of destruction when you know in your heart of hearts, you know that as soon as they leave you, as soon as they walk away from you, they're gonna go and get their next hit.
Okay, that's what I thought you asked. So you're talking about those that speak one thing and their actions do something else.
Yes, basically, yes.
Oh, dude, that's an everyday occurrence in our society. And I've just learned to sit there and listen. And they're going to do what they do. Sometimes the best we can do is offer advice and sit there and listen, or just listen and not say a word. Um, and that is an everyday thing. Some people make the choice to be where they want to be, or then you got the situations where people are mentally messed up and they're going to need help to get out of it.
What do you say to that person? Do you say anything to them?
What, the ones that are mentally messed up?
No, the one that look at you and say, I will not be defeated, but you know that as soon as they leave your sight, as soon as they get around that corner, they're going for the next hit. What do you say to them?
Well, I get to a point after listening and stuff that I make a comment. If it's something severe like alcoholism, drug usage, especially if it's endangering or has the potential to endanger another human being, that's a that's to me not the same as just listening to someone vent.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if they really are at a risk, and I'm either going to try to throw something out there to get them to think,
Mm-hmm.
and if it's severe enough, I'm probably going to make a phone call, depending on who else is involved in the situation.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. That's good. That's good. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Phone lines open. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Let me go to Leonard. Leonard, what's on your heart? What would you do in that situation? How would you handle it?
You know what? I would do it just like now. I love Miss Cassandra
Mm-hmm.
and her response and her heart about these things. Because, like you said, if you tell me you're gonna do that, I'm gonna believe you. I'm gonna try to support you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that go through things like, say, for instance, people with drug addiction. They go through rehab 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 6 times they do be the charm. Then there's some people that go lock themselves in a room, and in 4 days they don't broke that habit. But they still have to live a life and walk a path that don't go back down that same road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how many excuses we make for not taking responsibility for our actions. You will always be wrong.
Leonard.
Say, well, it ain't that easy. The only way I know to get off drugs is to stop doing them.
Mm-hmm.
What other answer is there? What you come up with one? How you gonna get off drugs if you don't stop doing it? Explain it to me. Anybody?
Anybody want to speak on? Anybody want to speak on that?
It ain't that easy. It ain't this. It ain't that. But I bet you it's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to accept the righteous path. It's gonna always be there. You just have to accept that. Now you can stay over here all you want and make it no further down the road. That's up to you. But it all starts with you choosing not to do this. Every testimony that you have ever heard, the person changed their mind.
Mm-hmm.
They had an interaction with something, but something says, like we were talking, I think earlier in the morning, y'all was talking about the prodigal son. Just like he changed his mind and got out there in that mess, he had to change his mind to get back home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So whenever you put the solution on the outside of you, you're going to struggle and you're going to suffer. Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yeah.
It lasts. It's something that just resonated about that when I was a child. You know why? Because every time I thought I was going to do wrong and it was going to work out for right, it did not. Like one, you can't get arrested down there with the rest of them boys if you ain't down there on that corner at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, standing in front of that stuff.
Say it. Say it.
Don't talk to me about nothing else, because this is the answer. And if you don't want it, I'll see you in jail.
Wow.
And you sit around, why all our men don't wound up in jail? Because they're down there at 2 and 3 in the morning in front of the stove. That's why they're in jail, because of their behavior and their action. It can't happen to you if you ain't there.
True.
That's what we struggle with. Some of us can walk the line and we got scrapes and bruises, but you know what? The wiser you get, the less you try to hang off the edge. Less you try to walk on the edge. So either you gonna make that choice or you not. And those of you who are standing in the gap, be stronger than them. That's a lot of times people say, I'm gonna help you do this. How you gonna help me and you doing the same thing? Well, you ain't never walked in my shoes. Why would I want to walk in your shoes?
Hey, Leonard, I saw a saying one time where the person said, if I'm not on the edge, I'm taking up too much room. Do you agree with that?
I would tell anybody, people come to you for help and then they get all self-indignant. Well, you ain't walked in my shoes. Why would I want to be in your shoes? You going the wrong way. There are a lot of people that can help you because they were strong enough when they came to that issue in their life and made it and didn't get caught up.
Mm-hmm. In your shoes, man. Don't you wear 8, man? I wear 10. I can't wear your shoes, brother. You trying to give me combs? You trying to give me some combs?
You know, you get to that moment in counseling and therapy where the person is going to they're going to outburst like this. They're going to do that. You should expect that. Once they unlearn that, they own the path to recovery.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Toussaint, talk to me, brother.
Have this hold on this mute button before you come back, but I think that, and maybe Cassandra or Willa, Rico, it kicks in and when a person comes with that attitude, I say, that's why I went through what I went through.
Wow.
So that I can help them.
Mm.
Because most scenarios, unfortunately, been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you how it's gonna work out too. That's why, Leonard, I said, let me see how that's gonna work out for you.
Yeah.
Because I tried it. When they say don't do that, no, a dummy. That's why I say you can learn a lot from a dummy.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I done tried it. Show how. Because they said don't do it. Well, I was rebellious. So now when I see people that seem like they hopeless with a determination,
mm-hmm.
I say, let me make a phone call. Let me call somebody like Cap.
Hopeless with the determination. That's
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't never heard of that?
No. That's a new one on me, brother.
The world is full of it.
Mm-hmm.
The world is full of them. Sure is.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we talked about Joseph. Joseph couldn't find his brothers. And all they said was a certain man. Never gave his name, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
All the man actually did was point Joseph in the direction that he saw his brothers go. Went off the scene, ain't heard of him before, hadn't heard of him no more. Go check. Yeah, I'll give you time. You got 6 months. Go check it out. See if you ever heard that man mentioned again. But all he did was pointed him in the right direction. And from that point on, life got better. Well, his life got better, worse, and it got better and better and better and better. He wound up in, say it again, he wound up in the pit. He wound up in slavery. He wound up in Potiphar's house. Potiphar's wife lied on him. He wound up in jail, but they got him out of jail because he was a dreamer. That's what he had. That's what he had in the first place. His problem was his answer to his problem.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
What God gave him delivered him, caused him problems, but got him out. Because the butcher and the baker had a dream, and he was a dreamer. Not only was a dreamer, he could interpret dreams. Well, I sound like one of them old preachers.
Come on now. Well,
come on.
Well,
you're right.
Well, the king had a dream.
And in that dream, what he had.
I'm just telling you, man. God has a way of giving every one of us what you need, no matter we're in worse conditions. What you need that might get you into trouble, but it'll get you out.
Exactly.
I
can't go nowhere else at this point right now unless I go to Willow.
Yep.
Raheem.
Come on, Willow. Talk to me.
You know what, Raheem? I was listening to Badger when he said he wouldn't say anything. But you know what? Sometimes when you don't say nothing, it's just as worse as you saying something. Because you want people to feel like you care.
Yeah.
They want to feel some kind of love because they feel like they're down and they're in the gutter. You know what I'm saying? So you got to address the issue. Your delivery got to be and see that you care. Because a lot of people, when they come to you, they're looking for somebody that care about them because they don't care about themselves. So all situations sometimes don't are not accomplished the way you want to see it, but at least you tried. You tried. I got a book right here. It's an outreach book that I have because of the ministry that I'm in. And when I deal with whatever situation it is, I have telephone numbers for men's shelters. I have telephone numbers for abused women. I have telephone numbers for hospitals when people need to go and that are on drugs and need to go into a place where they can, get help with that. So I got all kinds of numbers. And I got all kinds of numbers that people will say, well, if you run across this or run across that, give me a call. So I've set myself up for the service that I believe God has assigned me for. See, we're here to serve, Raheem.
Yes.
It's not all about me. It's not about me.
Yes.
But it's about the assignment that God gives to me when he sends me somebody that needs to hear that it's okay. You have hope. Don't think that your life is over. You have hope because the enemy wants to kill, steal, or destroy you. But you don't have to go in that direction. And so you encourage them and let them know that there's something that will help sustain the life that you're looking for. So you kind of encourage them into a place where they'll say, you know what, I'm going to try it today. Today I'm going to try it. And then tomorrow's going to be another day. Then I get up and try the same thing.
Yes, indeed.
So right here, we're servants. We're servants. And when you put yourself in a place as a servant, like Miss Cassandra, she has a heart. When I hear her talk about the people that she helped and how she works for the elderly and how she works for those who have taken advantage of, my heart is right there. Because I know that if somebody would come to her and say they had a need, that she would give her land. So those are the kind of people that when those things happen, you look for. Because we're so judgmental sometimes.
Come on.
It said, I'm glad God has matured and grown me into a place where I can dismiss myself and say, I'm here for you, and give them a hug.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Raheem, I'm glad you came to me.
Watch this.
That's what the
Now everybody hear ye. We're passing the plate. We want the kind that fold. We don't want the kind that jingle. We want the kind that folds. And we passing the plate. Passing the plate, pass the plate, and pass the plate. Toya, you want to tell you what's on your heart? Toya?
Yeah, I'm here. I need
Okay.
you to run that question by me once again. I just got a number out for.
Okay. Well, we're asking a question about if an individual that you're very close to come to you and they say, you know they're struggling. They're going through some struggles in their life. It could be drugs or whatever it is. Yeah,
right.
And
still on that. Yeah. No, be the encouragement. Who are you to say, so what, they go back and do the same thing tomorrow? We all go back and do the same thing. That means that defeat can't come because you went back and did it tomorrow. That's not what defeat is about. You know what I mean? So of course you can defeat whatever it is. I can know that you're gonna go. Like someone said earlier, you're gonna go right back to him tomorrow. It don't make no difference if it's something that you want to be defeated. They can, especially when it comes to drugs and things that are not good for you. That is the most important time that you should encourage a person. And not only that, that was tying back to what I was saying earlier. We know what's wrong. So yeah, I got energy with my friend who I know or who I feel or who comes to me and say that they have a problem. And I know they struggle and they say you're going to be defeated. Oh, ain't you right? You're going to be defeated. I'm going to be here to help you. That's what it's about. I'm going to be right here to give you that energy. Yeah, you can be defeated. There's no such thing as defeat. I don't care what you're doing. Okay, you could be the crackhead. You could be the homeless man with nothing. You could be the person that's the underdog. They say that about black people all the time. So who am I? And then I'm going to say I'm your friend. And then because I know what you do, now you can't be defeated because I know what you do. But that's how ninjas do, though. Right? We don't never support each other. That's how you defeat something, by having that love and that energy supporting you, letting you know that you're gonna do it. You got to be real careful. We talking about, you know, the pit. You know what I mean? It's the energy behind you not being proud about your brother that he in the first place. How you even feel a kind of way? You understand what I'm saying? But it's that energy right there that we use that I believe help keep people down. He ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna make nothing of themselves. And then you got the I'm gonna say the word again, the gumption to open up your mouth and say it where somebody can hear it. No, I don't want to be your friend if I feel like you ain't gonna never change. I want to be your friend. What is God for then? You don't need no help with nothing because I thank the Lord every day. I used to like smoking cigarettes and I was delivered. I couldn't do it on my own because I slipped like I wanted to really still do it. I kind of like smoking cigarettes. I started smoking them. I tried a lot of stuff and everything didn't stick, but it was God who delivered me from them because I prayed for to be delivered because I know they were bad for me. You understand what I'm saying? But you know how many people was like, "Oh, you ain't gonna stop smoking." Yeah, them the ninjas I stay away from because if you don't believe in me, I don't want to be around you. I don't want that kind of energy.
Yeah.
You know it's a struggle too. You my friend, and you know it's a struggle, and you need to tell me when you turn around, you're mumbling on what I ain't gonna never be defeated. I need you to say that out your mouth. I need you to say it with your chest, so I can know to not deal with you no more. Because I don't have that kind of energy with my friends. You can do anything, and I'm gonna be here to help you do it. So I'm a different kind of ninja.
There you go. There you go. Good deal. Cassandra, then Ryan, come to you next.
Yeah, I don't even want to say this because because it's making me emotional just thinking about it. I'm in Charleston today. I'm getting ready to leave, but I came here Saturday because a friend of mine's son was dying, and she wanted to, come and spend, his last few days with him. And when we were with him, he said, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. He just, and that's a natural. Who wants to just die? I mean, and so he kept saying, y'all, I don't want to die. He said, I made my peace with God, but I don't really want to die. And he's a younger man. So we kept saying, well, then keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? We didn't say, hey, listen, the doctors already said, you got a couple of days. That's it. No, nobody who would do that. Who would, when you know that, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even though we knew it was inevitable that he was going to pass, who is going to sit there and say, boy,
stop playing?
We kept telling him, well, then keep fighting.
Yeah.
Keep fighting.
Exactly.
And then when he transitioned on his birthday yesterday, on his birthday, day before yesterday, the 11th, when he was transitioning, he just said, I'm at peace. And he died. You understand what I'm saying? But if we had said to him, boy, let people have, if they are believing for something positive, why can't we just believe with them?
Yeah. That's good.
Just believe with them. It ain't gonna take nothing off of you to just believe with them. Say, well, man, you keep on going. You can beat this thing. Speak that into their lives, even if you feel like they're not going to stick with it. You don't know what that would do for that person's spirit. I just wanted to say that.
Exactly. Ryan, what's on your heart, brother? Right.
That mute button got me. It's a devil on my mute button. I'm gonna pull a card out my wife's pocket. I don't really have much more to add to it. Everybody has touched on anything that I could possibly think of, and
you see my finger, Ryan? You see my finger? I'm pointing at you like you pointing at her.
That's okay. I'll take that point.
There you go. But what do you really do though? If you know this person is still a alcoholic, man, and can't wake up or go to sleep without having a drink, and they look at you, Ryan, deep in your eyes and say, man, I would not be defeated. You're looking at this person and you know how they're struggling with this alcohol thing. You know how they struggle with it. They can't do nothing without taking a drink with it. They say, I would not be defeated. And you know that as soon as they walk around the corner, they probably got a drink, a small half a pint or something in their back. You know how people used to put the half a pain in their back. What do you do? What do you say to them? Do you say anything at all?
Man, you know, dealing with people in corrections, I come across this a lot. And you got people who want to get off that kick, right? Because they don't want to come back to jail. And the first thing that I would tell them, because like I said before, Tennessee got rid of the officers who were assigned to help you stay out of jail. If you had a problem, you could call them, and they would try to give you some guidance, right? So the person that I am, I took it upon myself to try and help some of these guys on the street. And the first thing I would tell them was get out of Tennessee. That's the first advice I gave them. Well, why would I do that? Because as long as you're here, you're going to keep going back to these folks that you call friends that ain't really your friends. They're just your drug buddies, and they're going to pull you right back in.
That's what advice.
Yeah.
That's what advice. Yeah.
And I said, second, you have to want the change, right? You can say you're going to change all you want to, but inside, if you don't want that change, it's never going to happen for you. You have to actually want it. Just words ain't going to work for that. And when you want that change, you're going to go for that change. And so, you know, a lot of people in these addictive cycles, they need help, not just from words or kindness. Some of them need to go to rehab, and not the short-term ones. They need to go for 6 months to a year to really get it all out of the system, right? So I'm a big proponent of listening, giving the advice when needed, and just encouragement, because some of them need encouragement. Some of them need to be shown a different path. Me and Rico had this conversation last night. Some people just don't have that exit door, right, Rico? They don't have that way, that positive note in their life to show them a different way. And we as people have to be that positive note, or they're never going to change because they don't see a way out.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, he hit it, man. I mean, you know, this is the thing about it. Like when people are drinking, doing drugs, number one, they're trying to feel good. But then some of the things they're doing to feel good is to keep a long-term altered state or a consistent altered state, which lets you know that reality is painful for them. They don't like the reality that they live in. Maybe they made a bed they don't like laying in. I don't know. But somehow they like escaping reality, because when reality slaps them in the face, they can't deal with it. So, you know, I tell people all the time, man, you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from other people's mistakes. But at the same time, these people that seem to not be able to learn from their mistakes, when they say, I'm not going to be defeated, you have to know where they're coming from. If they really feel like they're tired of being in that place they're in, but then they may be tired of that altered state. You know, but they hooked. That's the thing about it, being hooked. You know, it's easy to say, well, you know what, if you don't never do the dope, you can't get hooked on it. And that's true. But for those people that do get hooked on it, then I tell them the same thing. If you just stop, not immediately, not cold turkey, but just for the next hour, see if you can hold off for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Because even that change, man, I've seen people make a change in location and they still fall right back into the same trap. Why? Because the dysfunctional person that they are remains. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to cope, communicate. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I told y'all about a cousin that I had that went to the University of Michigan, but he always struggled with fitting in. He's older than me. At the age of 53 or 54 right now, he still has some of the hangups that he had when we were young children. He didn't ever have a man in his life. I was the one that had to introduce him. I think I gave him the birds and the bees. I introduced him into how things went. So, you know, imagine liking women, but never knowing how to talk to women, not knowing how to approach women. Or when you do talk to women, you get nervous and you start thinking too much because you never had that guidance. You never knew how to communicate with people. You never knew how to defend yourself or handle conflict.
But you were smart. Everybody just knew you were smart. You were brilliant, a genius level. But you couldn't attain the things that everybody else attained that really motivated you the most. You just want to be cool. You just want to be accepted. You just want to fit in. And part of the process of fitting in was like, well, hey, maybe I open this door to weed. Maybe everybody think I'm cool if I'm smoking weed. Maybe the girls will like me if I see I got money. Maybe the girls will like me if I got the cars. Maybe everybody will like me if they see that I'm the man. You are the man. Everybody looks up to you and they don't want you to get indulged in this stuff. But at the same time, you feel like indulging in these things will get you the attention from the people that you feel like you want to be on their level. You looking up to the wrong people. You want their standard. So I mean, when a person get caught up like that, a lot of times wherever they go, they still gonna have that mindset, and that's gonna cause them to go right back and do the same drugs. But a change of scenery can make you quit cold turkey. If you could find another thing that drives you and motivates you, you know what I'm saying? You can quit cold turkey. But for those that's got that flask in their back pocket, or that flash sitting right there, but they saying I would not be defeated. I need to quit this. I'm sick. And they mean it. Just say, well, hold up, man, before you take that next sip, see if you can wait 10 more minutes. And if you can wait them 10 more minutes, see if you can do it again and be like, you know what, man, let me see if I can make it an hour. And you will be able to make it. Just keep trying it and see how it feels to say, well, you know what, it didn't hurt me to wait them 10 minutes. Let me do it again. So, I mean, it's a way, they might not want you to say nothing. Got a lot of people that'll say, man, you're a know-it-all. You think you know everything. No, I don't think I know everything. But at the same time, this is my opinion. And I feel like that might be something that can help you. That's some logic. Just hold up for 10 minutes and see if you could hold up for 1 second before you fire that cigarette again.
Yeah. Exactly. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, brother. The mute button, Tucson. Hit the red button right there. The red button right there, Tucson. Hit that one.
The mute button is the devil.
That's why it's red, Tucson.
Exactly.
I know, right? Yeah. Sometimes, and I say this a lot, sometimes we are, sometimes we go through not because of ourselves, because of people that's coming behind us that can't quite cope like we did. So here you go, and they come to you with a determined mind, but then you become that door that they need to walk through. Okay, so what I tell them, I say, well, what you going to do then? If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results.
Yes.
So how are you going to make that change? What are you going to do? I had a nephew, and he was saying, Uncle Donna, he says, when you start drinking mouthwash, you really got a problem.
Good Lord.
And so he would make, matter of fact, he got into church, and he got his stuff together. And then I could listen, and he would have a testimony of deliverance. But I'm listening to him. And his testimony of deliverance wasn't for him, Willa. It was for somebody else. He wanted them to believe that he was delivered. And he stayed off for a while. He was the type of person, he had it bad. He would rather go sleep under the tree than go home. And he had a home. And I would go get him under the tree. He'd go right back. And so he's sitting down there talking noise, and now he want to fight. I said, well, I'm in your yard. I'm out here already. If that's what you want to do. So I'm fighting with the guy. I'm telling you. I'm close in the back, but his testimony is, I've been delivered from alcohol. And I told him, I said, stop that. Stop telling folks you've been delivered. Because you're really not doing it for them. For you, you're doing it for them. What you talking about? Man, I ain't here to drinking. I said, okay. I'm listening to you though. I said, but
You have to get sick of you. You just sick of the drink,
Mm-hmm.
but you got to get sick of you.
Yeah.
Well, lo and behold, his daddy died. You know what he started doing?
Drinking again.
Drinking. Sure did. See, life circumstances will turn on you.
Yeah.
That's why you don't just jump on people and say, "Well, you ain't no." Meet them where they are and try to do the best you can to we call it minister to them or conversate with them, build them up. Don't tear them down. You don't have to tell an alcoholic he an alcoholic. He got a drink.
Yeah.
That's not what he want to hear. Matter of fact, he'll share with you. Ask him. He'll give you some too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But see, we got to get sick of ourselves. Unless we get sick of ourselves, it's not the problem. It's how we're looking at it. And so I just want to share that because some people have confessions that sound good, but they're not rooted.
It's good. That's good. Badger, talk to me.
I mean, everyone's covered it really well. In these situations, it's just having discernment of the situation, of the person that's speaking with you. You know, is this someone that it's gonna take that year or two being in a rehabilitation center, or is this a person that you can suggest, hey, see how long you can go, and they start working towards that. There's different strokes for different folks. Different folks learn at different
levels.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out which word. So there's so many variables of understanding what a person's going through. And the more I've been learning about mental health, it's wild. When you see a person completely change when their trauma takes over. It's almost like it's completely out of their control in that moment. So to me, it's learning discernment. Why have they been presented in your life? And then have a conversation, with Great Spirit, with God, and go, why are they in my path, in my walk? What do you have me do?
Wow, that's good. That's good. 508-924-3521. Got a few more minutes before we get out of here. 508-924-3521. Phone lines are open. Give us a call. Let me go to Leonard. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Listening to everybody, I think that, I hope people that are listening that need the help take what they need. Take what you need. All of it may not fit for you. All of it may not work with it, but definitely get what you need. But never should we cast doubt on people trying. And I think that's what's the thing. It's not casting doubt on a person. I got folks in my family, let me tell you, you could bet money and make money on how they come in and out of jail. I was raised with alcoholics that do what they do. I had an evangelist auntie every barbecue. Well, you ought not be drinking. You ought not do this. And we're going to be doing it and we're going to do it some more. Now what? Get over there and get a corner. If you want a sip, you can get you a sip. But we're not trying to hear that mess today. So that's what we're doing right now.
What you say, if you want you a sip, you can get you a sip, but they ain't trying to hear what you say.
Like I said, I ain't never met folks in, sitting up under the tree. I don't know, some of y'all may understand. You go sit up under the tree.
Yeah.
You know what's going on up under the tree. Just a bunch of old folks drinking. You be playing checkers or cards or whatever. 40 years, I know where you can go sit right down there under the tree with them old. They just keep turning. Sometimes young boys get to sit around them and you learn something from old dudes. They may not have all the money in the world, but you know what? They can sit there and talk to you about things you ought not do and what they have learned. But them alcoholics, I know I'm 52, 30 years been sitting there doing the same thing.
Yep.
But I don't feel no judgmental way about them because that's what they do. And that's how I am. I'm not always trying to force myself on people. If you happy, I'm happy for you. Some people just as happy in a trailer as some people is in a 7-8 bedroom house on the lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever it is that makes you happy, you have to do that. And a lot of times, you know, you make excuses. Everybody want to do drugs because of pain. When I do drugs, guess what? Make me feel good. That's not that's not a secret. But too much of anything will ruin you. You gotta have some balance. You can drink on some time, but you can't drink all the time. You can't keep drinking if you can't get up and go to work. Ain't nobody paying you to drink.
Yeah.
So you got to make the choice.
Just a professional drinker ain't getting nothing.
That's why I love what Donald be talking about, because really these are things that was preached to us as kids. Because they knew we was gonna go our separate ways and do whatever we want to do, but at least they try to take. I don't sat with folks say, "Don't be like me." That's wisdom.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, don't be like me.
Whatever you do, whatever you do, yeah.
Don't mean that they even gonna change. But don't be like me, son. Go on out there and do something with yourself. Don't do this. Go try that. If it don't work out, you can come right back here under the tree.
And you know that saying I say all the time, man. Try him 6 months. Try him try wholeheartedly. Try the Lord. Try God wholeheartedly for 6 months. Give him everything you got for 6 months.
Like you try to act like you ain't know what Donald was talking about. Everybody know folks used to say a hard head.
Yeah, yeah.
Make a soft behind.
Every time. Every time.
And nobody escapes. A hard head make a soft behind.
Yep. Yep. And like I was saying, man, I'll try the Lord, try God wholeheartedly for 6 months. Give him everything you got for 6 months. And if for whatever reason you feel like it's not for you, that old devil will still take you back. He'll take you back. He'll take you back. Well,
Raheem.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I was listening to what Leonard was saying, and he is exactly right. You know, people gotta want to go to you. I had this one situation where the wife came to me and asked that they needed help with her. She needed help with her husband, but she also had a problem that she didn't recognize because she was too busy bending on his problem. She had a gambling problem where she just gambled all the time, and she didn't realize that was an addiction. Her husband, man, Raheem, when I tell you this man is talented, this man is talented. But he actually said out his own mouth, I don't want to stop. I enjoy what I'm doing. And he was a functioning, they call it a functioning drug addict. He was a functioning drug addict. So he didn't want to stop. He enjoyed what he was doing.
Wow.
So they had a conflict at the end of the day. At the end of the day, he moved out. He moved in his own place. But I said that to say, sometimes we can be looking at somebody else's problem that we forget that we have one ourselves. So you can't help nobody that don't want to help.
Yeah.
They got to want it. They gotta want to stop. They gotta want to stop doing what they're doing. They have to be the one. Because every time I have somebody who comes to me for someone else, I say sometimes, here's my number. Have them call me. Because then I know that I'm dealing with a real situation. You can't deal with a situation when somebody don't want to help. And one thing I always put out there, Raheem, whenever, I don't care what it is, you're trying to kill something, you got to kill it from the root.
Yep.
You got to kill it from the root. Because if you kill it from the root, you're going to destroy what caused it in the first place.
Absolutely. That's good.
You got to kill it from the root.
Absolutely. You got to kill it from the root. You got that right. Let me go to Toya with a T. Talk to me, sis. Toya.
She said that from the root. That's when you know it's for real. That's
real.
Way down. Yeah, man, that's real deep. That's real deep. But no, you know that's right. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like sometimes we all in these human bodies, we're all capable of the same things. We just don't make the same choices. It's not that we're incapable of it. And when we change the trajectory on something specific like drugs, it only gets the attention off of all of our sins. That's how I feel about it. That's coming from a judgmental aspect, saying that one is not doing well with their sin as you're doing like yours. Because we don't ever talk about our own. It's always somebody else we're talking about. But again, what is it that we're doing to help them overcome that? Especially if it's drugs. What are we doing? Because if it's just the energy of having a doubt that they ain't never going to get over it again, I don't think that's conducive to recovery or to the road thereof. It's, again, one of those problems why I do these drugs to kind of help cope with life, because nobody really cares. But they got a lot of energy to sit back and say, oh, yeah, what you ain't going to do. But no, I'm different. I'm a different ninja. Hey, yeah, you can do it. I don't care if you did it 3,000,346 billion days. Tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow can be the day, because that's how God delivered me. And there's still some things I need to get deliverance on. I'm not blind about that. But we all have to be mindful of ours.
Absolutely.
So, do you want somebody to have that kind of energy with you when you get to that point? Oh, you never had to defeat nothing, and I bet you a wimp. Bet you a wimp if you ain't never had nothing to be defeated.
Exactly.
Right? But if you do you want other people to have that same energy that you're not gonna ever overcome that because they say so? No, that's not the case. So just keep on trying and keep on being a motivator if you go on to call yourself a friend.
That's good. That's good. Cassandra, then Rico, coming to you. Cassandra, what's on your heart?
Yeah, I think everyone has pretty much put it in perspective, so I don't have anything else to add.
Okay. Good deal. Rico?
Yeah, I agree with Cassandra, man. I mean, it ain't too much more you can go with this. If you, for those people that are the ones sitting in the pocket and the ones that's the shoulder to lean on, let the fact that you see they really want to get out of this situation be the reason why you motivate them.
Rico,
Because you can tell.
If you realize, and it's on me to cut you off, but if you realize that this person, there's a part of them that want to get out of this situation, but there's a larger part that they like it. They like the drugs, they like the alcohol, they like the lifestyle that they're living. How do you separate yourself, or do you separate yourself, or in what direction do you try to push them, if any?
I mean, you just still push them with the truth. I mean, obviously they like it because they're addicted and it makes them feel good. But at the same time, after they do it, they might look at their other situations and be like, dang, the more I do that, the more I got to deal with this. And so you break it down to them. Do you want that immediate gratification? That's probably sound like that's what you probably used to having, is immediate gratification. Or do you want to just go ahead and try to give this other side a little effort? You know what this feels like. It's sometimes you just have to get people to wake up out the funk. And realize, that even though it's complicated and even though they may be addictive, it still has to go with just that effort, that small first step, that crawling before you walk. You might look at it and say, man, I done dug a hole too deep for myself. Yeah, I mean, the hole might be very deep, but I mean, if there's a way to make that first step, go ahead and start building that first step, because the thing about it is it ain't going to stop until you make the first step.
Wow.
So if this other side is making you feel bad, how bad is it making you feel? Because you used to how this feel already. That ain't going to get no different. Maybe you could try that again tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and try this other thing today. Sometimes it's just getting that, because, man, you can get so distracted in the process of having that altered mind state. You can get so distracted in all these other things that sometimes you forget the first step is sitting right there in your face, man. Just, you know what? Let me take a break. I mean, you know what, man? Man, ever since I was like 23, 24 years old, man, I was like, you know what? Next year, I'm gonna walk around with my shirt off. Then next day, you know what I'm saying? After the summer was over with, I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna start now. That way, I got plenty of time by spring. If it's warm enough to be able to walk around with my shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
Next day, you know, this spring came around, my gut was bigger. I took the wrong steps. You know, I went for that immediate gratification, man.
Yeah.
All that good food and the bluebill. I was like, man, I'll wait till tomorrow. I kept putting it off till tomorrow because I wanted that immediate gratification. And see that, and I think about now how much in my life that immediate gratification and then the overindulgence of it
yes
set me back. You get what I'm saying? And so now at the age that I am now, I'm doing a lot of things I should have did when I was 20. 10 to 13 miles a day, 100 and some push-ups a day. More mindful of who I sleep with and not sleeping with anybody for the wrong reason. You get what I'm saying? Not abusing myself sexually. Just so many different things that I'm doing now that I should have been doing so long ago. But what I do, I feel for curiosity and indulgence and the opportunity to get that money and get that tail. I open up those doors.
Exactly.
I opened up the door. Man, it's crazy opening up that door, even entertaining. When I asked myself, because I told this story before, when I dropped out of college, what motivated me to drop out of college was the fact that the job I was working wasn't paying enough money. I didn't have enough room to get another job along with going to college full time. And I saw people making a whole lot more money, a lot easier selling dope. I was completely against dope. But little by little by little, I started seeing the benefits of it. And that motivated me to say, you know what? I'm going to take me a year off and hustle and get this money, and then I go back. And when I go back, I'll have the ride that I need to have. I won't have to worry about riding up the highway, holding my doors open shut. I won't have to worry about being laughed at. You know what I'm saying? I won't look like my mama dressed me. You get what I'm saying? And that motivated, it made me open up that door and make a choice. And had I never indulged in it, there are certain people I would have never met. There are certain things I would have never done. There are some good things I did. I probably would have never went to Freaknik and lived that type of experience. But even that, as an experience, I could look back now and say, hey, man, that wasn't a good thing, because I complain about the hypersexuality of society today, but I was a part of creating it. I was a part of creating the dope culture. I was a part of shooting the guns. I was a part of everything that I denounced today.
Wow.
Indulgent for that immediate gratification. So I understand how hard it is to break away from those things that you like, and it felt good, and I kept doing it. And now at the age of 50, I'm finally doing what I was supposed to do.
Wow. Sometimes we take the long way home, but it's good that we make it, though. Sometimes we take the long way home, man. We really do. Tucson, talk to me.
I talk to people. You ever? I don't know if anybody have ever had gout, and that's a hurting thing. And they say, "Man, that gout got me." I said, "But that food was good, wasn't it?"
Yep.
It was good though, right? What you have? Oh man, I got me a steak. It was good though, didn't it?
Yeah.
So there are things that's good to you that's not good for you.
Yes, sir.
And you got to realize that it ain't. But boy, it sure feel good. And here's another thing, Ryan. I'll let you pass it on. I'm one step away from being in somebody else's shoes. One situation, something that may happen, or it possibly can happen in my life, that's happening in somebody's life. I'm one step away from that. That's how I look at it. What good have I done to not be homeless or starving or whatever, or strung out? What good have I done? What kind of self-gratification, or how can I build myself up to say that'll never happen to me? Why not? Because that's one person that have the same mindset that I got, that don't know whether they're coming or going.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good conversation. These doors that we talk about,
Yes, sir.
They can be everything. They can
Mm-hmm.
be your way in or your way out, but the choice gonna have to be yours.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leonard, Ryan, coming to you next.
I enjoy, like I said, I always enjoy what Donald says, and I guess it's because Donald follows the way,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a good pastor. So before I go, I just leave. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and all are justified by His grace through the redemption that came by Christ Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
This is how most of us have gotten where we are today and have survived what we have survived. We just survivors.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We just survivors. So if you ever get to the point where you come across in the work of ministry, you just come across all those things that you have been prepared to deal with and help other people with.
Mm-hmm.
And ministering to people is just that, ministering to them with whatever it is they're going through to get them a little across a certain point in their life. I remember when it was somebody was staying, older folks would take people in, and somebody was struggling if they well, granny got a boarder.
Mm-hmm.
That was somebody trying to get away from the world. They needed somewhere to go where they wouldn't be bothered by nothing else to get their life together. I don't care what nobody say about religion and all that type of stuff. They ain't nobody never got their life together outside them doors.
Mm-hmm.
You know how folks, you come back and you come back because you had backsliding, you was backsliding
Yeah.
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, well, when I get my life together, I'm gonna get in the church. That is not how this goes. That is
Mm-hmm.
not how this goes. You know how many people in the church trying to get their life together?
Absolutely.
That's why they came to the church together. That's how you get your life together. So you can get a good religion that
Mm-hmm.
says, I don't need to be drinking all the time, and I don't need to be out in them streets, and I don't need to do this, that, and the other. If you can't help yourself, find somebody that will help you with that.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's good. That's good. Ryan?
Hey, I found the mute button. Yeah, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. I really don't have much to add. We're talking about wanting to change, right? There's a song that was put out there, and it's basically an excuse. And the hook say, "I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me."
Mm.
If that gives you any level of insight into somebody's mind that's hooked on stuff, I don't like doing these things, but they like me. Make me feel good, but I don't want to do them. And again, it's a repetitive cycle. You got to get into that mindset. They got to want to change. I think I heard multiple people say that, wanting to change.
Yeah.
So we have to, as people who want to facilitate change, we have to facilitate that mindset change for them.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Badger?
I think everyone pretty much hit it. I ain't got much else to say.
Good deal. Good deal. Cassandra, what does the change look like?
It's freeing, I can tell you that much. Man, y'all got me. I'm just really emotional today because I mean, when I think about, where I've been in my life and where I am now, man, that song that says, when I think of his goodness and what he's done for me, when I think of his goodness and how he set me free, I can dance. Man, that is me all day long.
First
Somebody
thing I thought of when you started talking was that song.
Toward that mark. And any of us say that we've apprehended, we telling a lie. Because I believe when we got it all together, we're out of here. There's no reason for God to keep us here if we got it all together.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly looking at myself and seeing what I need to change about myself to make me a better person, to serve people. It's a constant checking of me.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Rico, man, we done. I think we done got this to where it needs to be right now. So what's going on at 3 o'clock today?
If you missed today's show and would like to hear or see the rebroadcast in its entirety, you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
I'm putting a good ear forward because I'm trying to see what you said. Whether you said,
Oh, you're gonna have to say the other word because I had to make sure I checked myself on that. But you know what? Like the son just said, we have to check ourselves.
Yes, sir.
And I have to check myself every now and then, man. But I'm getting more familiar with saying it the right way now. You almost had me brainwashed a little bit. I was almost addicted to the interiority.
Into the intern. There you go. I had to put hey Tucson. I put my good ear forward when I
yeah, I saw you, but he stuck to his guns.
Yes, sir. I wanted to put my good ear. I wanted to hear what he was gonna say. Now,
because what was that you said? When you come up to him and they say, "I'm not gonna give up the fight."
Yeah, I would not be defeated.
I will not be defeated, man. I got to remember how to say that tired the right way again. You had me all messed up and confused going down the wrong path. I was telling people they were saying it the wrong way. They were saying it the right way.
You were hooked.
Exactly.
I was hooked. Now I'm back on track, man. Entirety.
Now, how do you say it the other way? What's the other way you say it?
It's entirety, but I know how to bounce back. I know how to bounce back to the right way.
There you go.
I've been there before.
I don't walk down that walk. Yes, I have. Well, Rico, I need to ask you a question, though, man, before we get out of here, man. Is she still here? Whoa!
Do like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, you go. Exactly. Whoa!
I'm here, Raheem.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. Come on, Raheem. Let's go. Let's go, Raheem.
And let me show y'all something before she pray. Y'all see it on my shirt right there? Got my logo shirts. Got a few of them, man. You say DKM Media. Yes, sir. Got a few y'all see it on it? Yeah, can y'all see it? Okay, got my DKM Media shirts on today. I said I'm gonna wear one of my DKM Media shirts today. I was a little late this morning, but we ain't gonna get into something. We're not gonna get into the reason behind that.
Your 30-day clock has started over once again.
It started over again, yeah. But look here, if you knew the reason why I was late this morning, you wouldn't even say that. You say, look, I'm gonna give you a pass today. Tucson, would he give me a pass?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna tell on you either.
Don't tell him, brother. Don't tell him. Look
wait till 3 o'clock.
Yeah, wait till 3.
Watch the rebroadcast, and it'll explain every reason why. And I guarantee you, Leonard, when you watch the rebroadcast today and you find out why,
I ain't even worry about it. I know it will be on time at 3.
Oh, it'll be on time at 3. It'll be on time.
It'll be on time at 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whoa!
Raheem, come on, let's go, Raheem.
Well, we can't go. I gotta ask you, are you ready?
I'm ready, Raheem. I am so ready to receive God's word. Come on, Raheem, let's go.
Well, Willa, I ain't got
Raheem.
I only got one more thing to say, Willa. I just got one more thing to say. Let's go.
Amen. Thank you, Lord. Father, I'm asking you to decrease Willa. Allow the Holy Spirit to dwell in this vessel, Lord, where it'll be a service for you, Lord. Father, I thank you so much for allowing me to get up this morning to commune one to another. Father, I thank you for allowing me to come into the throne of grace with confidence and boldness, with expectation. Father, I'm praying this morning, Lord, for those that are lost, Lord. Father, I'm asking you to lead us and guide us to their direction, oh Lord. Father, we welcome the assignment, Lord, because, Lord, we believe that with you, we can do all things. Father, we trust you and we stand on your words. Father, we trust you when you said it in Proverbs to lean not to our understanding, but in all our ways acknowledge you, and you will direct our path. So, Father, we're standing out this morning, casting all our cares on you, because you said it in your word, that you care for us. And, Father, we trust you in a mighty way. We thank you, Lord. We thank you, Lord, because we know that you see the hearts of men. And, Father, we trust you. We honor you and we glorify you. Father, I'm asking you to touch each and every last one on this line, Lord. Keep around an angel of protection to be surrounded around their families, Lord. Thank you for the morning glow and your message, Lord. Thank you for Raheem and his family. So we giving you the praise, the glory, the honor in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, Lord, man. We almost made it through another week, y'all. Almost made it through another week. Been a great week too, man. This topic that we had today, the door. The door. It was simple, but like I said, yet very complicated, man. And so I appreciate each and every one of y'all. How y'all tackled it, man. That was good. That was very good. Anybody have anything they want to say before we get out of here? Cool.
Well, I'm gonna do a little self gratification, man. I went yesterday and had a physical done, and every time I go to get physicals done, I keep thinking that I probably gained some weight. Because I picked up another habit, man. I had donuts for a second. I got away from the cookies and went to the donuts, and I got away from the donuts and found me a homemade ice cream spot.
Oh Lord,
Face Bluebell, man. I done been tearing them up every day. I went up there, man, weighed myself yesterday, man, and I'm down to 176. Wow. I didn't even weigh this much in high school, man. I mean, so, man, that effort and that change in lifestyle, all these things that I want to do to get off this blood pressure medication and stuff like that, man, it's all working. Now, blood pressure numbers like I ain't never seen before.
Wow, that's good.
I mean, so it's like, man, that effort, I'm seeing it's paying off, and it wasn't immediate.
Yeah.
It wasn't immediate. I mean, but now I'm seeing just how that effort and that consistency and patience.
Yes.
But at the same time, being consistent still get you to a point to where I might be able to walk around with my shirt off this side.
Oh Lord. Leave your shirt off.
Muscle man.
Leave your shirt on, man.
It took me 30 years to get myself right for the summer. I think I'm there.
Hey, look at him. You be walking around, with your shirt off. Watch this, y'all. Y'all know I gotta be silly. Y'all bear me for a second. Give me a second to be silly. I like to do it every now and then. But how you gonna walk around and with your shirt off, like you're a teenager with gray hair on your chest?
Great taco meat everywhere. I'm like, well, that's molded meat. Put that shirt back on, man. What you doing? I'm like, I always wanted to do this. I've been wanting to do this for 30 years, man. I might get me some nair. Dye this a little bit. I gotta make it.
Hey, look, if you can't afford nair, get you some black shoe polish.
Oh
man, look at boy, y'all some of the
great
Cassandra
meat. Look like old dirty molded meat.
Exactly. Cassandra.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
now what kind of look at that? You walking around with a gray hair on your chest. You want to be a teenager again? Oh Lord.
Lord. So go ahead and take your shirt off if you want to, Rico.
Oh Lord, look at you putting fuel on the fire. You putting fuel
on now, boy.
I could hear it ringing in the back of his ear. In the back of his head. Look, because Andrew said I'm sexy.
Yeah.
Look at
on now.
He already said how he walk around with his chest all poked out when he feel a certain way. And all that gray hair,
I might take it off and let it dangle out the back of my shorts. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, listen, we about to get out of here, man. It's been a great broadcast. We got one more day, y'all. One more day at the end of the week, man. Tomorrow we got a great topic tomorrow as well. So I'm excited to see how y'all gonna tackle this thing, man. Y'all always knocking out the park. So I'm excited to see how y'all gonna tackle it. I think it's a good one. I think it's a real good one. But anyway, what time is it? 10:08. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK and Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:08. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And then we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other. And please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They will appreciate it. And I'm sure that you will as well. Have a great day.